We are at the Baseball All-Star break. Tonight is the 96th annual All-Star game from Philadelphia. And the Mets had a dreadful first half. They say first half. They played 97 games. That means they've only got 65 games to go, but they still call it the first half. The Mets at 40-57 are in dead last, 16 back, and really no chance, zero, of making the playoffs. The Yankees, they played good baseball that last weekend. They needed it. Aaron Boone, I think, needed it. They won their last 4 games before the break, and they find themselves 12 games over 500 with 66 to play and 3 games back of the Tampa Bay Rays. But talking about all of this is the legend. He really is every Saturday morning still on WFAN and now a weekly contributor right here on Sid and Friends in the Morning, my former midday partner and dear friend and brother, the great Joe Benigno. Joseph, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Sydney Arthur, God bless you. I was told that I followed the interview of the great Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu.
That is true. He actually called in live yesterday, but we replayed the conversation right before you came on. So I know you've had a stellar Hall of Fame career, but how many times did you follow up after Bibi Netanyahu?
Well, I'll tell you, I like the 2 greatest statesmen in the world, Big Don and Bibi. There you go. 1 and 2. There you go.
Totally agree. I love both of those guys.
It's not even
close. I'm going to see your boy, Big Don, Saturday at the Summer White House in Bedminster, New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's going on there? What are you doing?
Big America 250 event.
Oh, nice.
He does them everywhere. He did it in D.C. Now this one is going to be in Jersey Saturday. The only issue is I got to wear a tuxedo, which I hate. I hate wearing ties.
You got to wear a tux?
Yeah, it's a black tie.
I don't think it's going to be as hot Saturday as it's going to be the next couple of days. So I don't think you're going to be. I think you'll be okay, bro.
It's a black tie event, and I've been there, of course, a few times. Bedminster, I love it.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's a big week, you know. My BB called in yesterday. Marco Rubio texted me yesterday afternoon. I'm going to see the boss on Saturday. That's a pretty big week, wouldn't you say, Joe Benigno?
I would say it's pretty big. Yeah. I would say. But maybe the only person you're missing is J.D. Vance. Maybe
I don't want to talk to J.D. Vance.
You're down on J.D.?
No, I don't like him. I'm not down on him. I don't like him.
You don't like him?
So I was so happy Marco Rubio texted me yesterday because I love Marco. I want Marco to be our nominee.
I don't want to get into why you don't like J.D.
Oh, you know why. You know why. You just mentioned Bibi Netanyahu.
Right, yeah.
You know why. I mean, he's not fooling me. Are you nuts employing Tucker Carlson's kid? Never wanted the war to begin with Iran. He talks about Bibi like Trump has occasionally, except Trump has done a lot of great stuff for Israel. You know why. You know the answer.
Well, I will say this. I would give Marco the edge as far as the next presidential
candidate. It's not even close. What are you kidding me?
I'm just saying. I'm giving him the edge.
It's like comparing Juan Soto to Mike Vail. Please.
Yeah, well, hey, Mike Vail had a pretty good start to his career.
He did. He was
Don't be killing Mike Vail now, bro.
I still have his baseball card. He was a Topps Rookie of the Year, believe it or not, Joe. But let's talk about the Mets. I went to Soto and Vail, and again, 97 games in. They're 17 under. They've already fired the manager. This guy Green has no future with the Mets. They ended the first half losing 16 of 22, including getting swept by the Boston Red Sox. What is the future, honestly, of this organization?
Well, first of all, let me just say, as bad as this, the worst loss of the year was Sunday. Now, I don't know if you saw this game Sunday.
I saw the whole game, and it was awful. They're up 2-0 in the ninth.
2-0 in the ninth. They got a runner on and 1 out. And Williams, a guy hits a ground ball. Devin Williams is pitching. The guy hits a ground ball to Lindor, and he boots it, bro. That would boots it, and they go on to lose the freaking game.
And you know what hurt said, too, was Lindor provided the offensive heroics that day. He did.
But you know what? He don't look right, bro.
Well, no, but he doesn't.
I got to tell you.
No.
Sid,
yeah, he doesn't get along. He doesn't get along with Juan Soto,
right?
And the Mets now admit that, and he was a problem with these other players too, I believe, that are now gone. So, I mean, almost every Met fan I speak to, I think you just said it. I talked over you. They want Lindor out of here.
I want him out. I don't know how you can get rid of him, bro. I really don't. He doesn't look like the same guy. Forget about even the hitting. I know he had the big injury, was out for a while, but forget about what he's doing at the plate. I'm watching this guy all year in the field. He looks like he's lost, man. He's made a bunch of errors. He had a play a couple of weeks ago on a pop-up with Tyrod Taylor. He did the Alphonse Gaston. He's been picked off first and numbered. What does he do? What's going on with him? Yeah. Is there an issue with him? Is there an issue with Lindor? I'm going to throw this out there. We all know about, like you said, about Soto. We all know that, okay? And, look, they don't like each other. I don't care how much Steve Cohen tries to say there's kumbaya there. Give me a break. We know there's not. And you talked about, he was instrumental in Pete and Nimmo and McNeil leaving. Remember he had a problem with McNeil a few years ago. We all know about that. Maybe there's an issue, with the whole thing with his wife working for Mandami. Maybe there's something there.
I hope so. Well, that does bring up this question.
But I don't know how you get rid of him. Let me just say this, Sid. I don't know how you get rid of him. He's making $30 million a year. He doesn't look like he's the same player.
Yeah.
How the hell, you're going to have to eat a lot of that money. I don't know how you could get rid of him.
Well, you can. I'll tell you how. And I do like Caballeros. I think Tampa Bay, who never makes mistakes, made a mistake by trading him to the Yankees. He's been terrific. But Anthony Volpe, still young, looks like he's not the guy. If you're the Yankees, would you consider taking Lindor?
Well, I mean, he's got a full no-trade clause. I would think he would go there. I would think he would go to the Yankees. And I'll tell you right now, bro, I don't need a lot for him. To me, it's almost at this point, it's addition by subtraction. It really is. Because the Mets right now are in a total transition. This is Juan Soto's team now. Okay, there's no doubt about it. It's his team, and it's all about these young guys. It's about Carson Bench. It's about A.J. Ewing. It's about Nolan McLean. It's about Christian Scott. It's about this kid Zach Thornton that pitched the other day. That's where we are now, and they got to go forward and go from there. They could get rid of everybody. Freddie Peralta, get him the hell out of here. I think he's going to get traded. There'll be value for him at the trading deadline. You could get rid of I've had enough of Brett Beatty. I've had enough of Francisco Alvarez. Vientos, unfortunately, just broke his hand. So, where's he going? He's out 6 to 8 weeks. But really, Sid, the guy that's got to go is Stearns. Because Stearns, him with the help of the owner, has destroyed this baseball team. Just think about the team that 2 years ago went to the NLCS, lost to the Dodgers. Okay? The manager's gone. The entire coaching staff is gone. Alonso, McNeil, Nimmo, Diaz, Severino, Iglesias, they're all gone, Sid. The only guy left is Lindor and Stearns. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. How is this guy? You're going to give this guy 2 more years to try to? Do I want this guy trying to fix my baseball team? Absolutely not.
I agree. He should be gone. Do you think right now that Beltran is the leader in the clubhouse to be the next manager?
He should be. I'm all for Beltran. He got hosed the first time. He should have been the man. Remember, he was the manager for about 2 days. Then everybody went crazy. All the holier than now, baseball writers and everybody about, the Houston cheating scandal. Give me a break, because nobody's ever cheated in baseball over the 100 million years there's been. That's never happened. So everybody went delirious about that, and he got the brunt of it. Everybody else, Altuve, Bregman, Springer, A.J. Hinch, everybody came out, Alex Cora, everybody came out smelling like a rose except Carlos Beltran. So they're retiring his number. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Make him the manager. I want him the manager, yes.
The legendary Joe Benigno every Saturday, WFAN, and now we're so lucky to have him here once a week with us. Let me get to the Yanks. I texted you Friday morning before the series against Washington, and I said
Boone was going to be fired.
Yes, I said Aaron Boone may be fired, and I still believe in my heart of hearts that if the Yankees didn't sweep Washington but got swept by Washington, that would be the conversation this morning. I can't guarantee you that Steinbrenner would have done it because Howe seems to like this guy, but I know there's a lot of friction in and around the Bronx about Boone and Cashman as well. But the Yankees did what they had to do. They swept Washington. They ended the first half by winning their last 4 games. They're 3 back and 12 over. What are your thoughts on the Yankees in the second half?
They never firing Boone during the season. That's not the Yankees don't do stuff. I mean, when George was there, he fired Billy Martin 150 times, during the season. That's not going to happen now. Not with Hal.
I think he fired Bucky Dent during the season too. I think he fired a bunch of guys.
Oh yeah,
George.
no. Yeah. But there's been a number. Well, Yogi, look what he did to Yogi.
Right,
Six games into the season, he fired Yogi, and Yogi wouldn't talk to him for how long? Right.
Susan Waldman actually fixed that. But yes,
correct. She's the one that really brokered the deal to get them back together again. But look, I don't see that with Hal. I think if Boone's ever going to get fired, it's after the year. The same thing with Cashman. Here's my take on the Yankees. It's very similar to the Knicks. And I said this all year with the Knicks. So, Knicks had a couple bad stretches. People go, they're going to fire the coach, all this nonsense. No, it's all about this with the Yankees. Just get in the playoffs. It doesn't matter how many games they win in the regular season. It doesn't matter if they win the division or not, as far as I'm concerned, and I still think they probably will when all is said and done. But it really doesn't matter. It's about getting into the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. That's all that matters for the Yankees right now. You know, it's unfortunate that you got to go through these 162 games, and, you know, they have a bad stretch, and everybody's flipping out. Oh, they lost, 12 out of 15 games.
Forget about losing games. They've lost arguably the best player in baseball, and he's still not healthy.
Obviously, Judge has to come back. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That's pretty. And Judge and Fried has been out. Giancarlo's been out. Although Giancarlo, I think what they're going to do instead of calling it the injury list that he Morse did, they're going to call it the Giancarlo list. Okay, because this guy is all. I mean, like you could count on death, taxes, and Giancarlo staying.
And I felt badly about that. I spent so many years down in Miami, as you know, doing 3 different sports talk radio stations. 11 years when Giancarlo was a kid. They called him Mike. He was Mike Stanton, like the Yankee reliever, and he was on that team with Jose Fernandez, who was tragically killed in a boating accident.
Right.
But I was there when he had that MVP season, and when he's out there, at least during his prime, he was a magnificent player. I actually feel badly for Stanton because I know he loves the game, and when he's right, he's a pretty lethal hitter.
He's a tremendous power hitter. He's a great hitter, power hitter. He had that 57 home run year in Miami, like you said. And he's been great for the Yankees in the playoffs, but he's just always, these big muscular guys, and I really think this is part of it. These big muscular guys, bro, they always get hurt, right? Think about that. Always.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And I wouldn't worry about the Yankees right now. I'm not worried about them. I really am not. It's all what they do in the postseason.
Yeah, I know,
That's
but
what it all comes
we
down
know
to.
that, but it's been 17 years since they won a World Series. 17's a long time now.
Okay, well, the Knicks went 53. So,
that's true. But one more on the Knicks. There seems to be a lot. LeBron James is the big talk, and
screw LeBron.
I know.
Screw him. I don't want him anywhere near my freaking team.
Fine. But the question becomes, if he's not a Knick and you have to face him in the Eastern Conference,
I don't care.
Golden State is not gonna happen. So it's down to Philly and Cleveland. But Bill Simmons, who I do trust, I like Bill.
By the way, big Celtic fan.
Yes, he is. He came out.
You know what he could do.
I know. My Francesca loves him. Bill came out a couple of days ago and said, it's over. It's done. Right now, Cleveland is literally clearing cap space to get him back. LeBron James is going home. If James goes to Cleveland, who we wiped out easily in the playoffs last year, do they become a scary threat for you?
Look, James Harden and Donovan Mitchell are probably the 2 most overrated players in the NBA.
Even Mitchell?
James Harden is probably the most overrated player that's ever played the game.
But Mitchell?
Okay? What? Mitchell's hit him, too. What has he ever done? What has he ever done, bro? Come on, he's another fraud. Give me a break. Thank God the Knicks never traded for him. They were very close to getting him. Thank God they never did. I got to tell you that. My feeling on the Knicks is this. I got this championship that I've waited 53 effing years for, Sid. Do you think I'm really concerned about next year in the Cleveland Cavaliers?
You don't care now.
I care, but the pressure's off. And let's be here. Here's the bottom line.
Hold on. We said the same thing, and I get aggravated with this, okay? Because I see teams win 2 in a row, 2 out of 3. We said the same thing when Messier delivered the cup in 1994. Now it's another 32 years with no wins for the Rangers. I don't want to do that in 30 years with the Knicks.
I get it, but you think I'm going to flip out now after we won a title? Here's the bottom line. The regular season is going to be like treading water. Let's be honest. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like treading water for the Knicks. They're going to win their 50-plus games, okay? And then they got to make a run in the playoffs, and that's it. So I'm not going to sit here. I just sit here, man, and I just think every day. Let me just tell you, Sid. Every day I think about the fact that my basketball team, who I never, ever, ever thought I would ever see win again, is the NBA World Champions. That's going to take me a long, long, long way. And you know what? Screw LeBron, screw him, screw Harden, screw Mitchell, screw them all in Cleveland. And I got nothing against Cleveland, the city, but screw them all there. And I don't care. We're the world champions. We'll see what happens.
Bottom line, last 30 seconds. Are you getting excited about your Jets?
Here's my feeling on it. I think they're going to be a lot better. It concerns me that Gino, can't get his head out from under his rear end. It always seems like, it's unfortunate because I still think he's got a little something. He could throw the ball. I think he might have. Here's
he
what I want to see.
He was terrible in Las Vegas last year, Geno Smith.
He was, but they were terrible too. And he's had some big years in Seattle. Man, he was good in Seattle,
He
bro.
was.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I think you can win games with him. But what I want to see, and I love all the young guys. I love the draft. I love the free agency, what Muji has done. I love that they re-signed Breece Hall and all of that. I love all of that, okay? We got a young offensive line that looks like they're on their way to being pretty good. At some point this year, because the Jets aren't, look, I mean, how many games? They win 7, 8 games, whatever, that would be good.
It's a bad division. It really is.
It
I
is.
mean, New England's great.
And New England's going to take a hit.
Right.
If you think this thing with Mike Vrabel isn't a factor, think again.
I don't. In fact, I think they'll be better because they got A.J. Brown. That's my thoughts.
I don't know about that. I don't know how much.
They're going to win the division. They're going to win the division over Buffalo, and then Miami and the Jets are going to be terrible. Yeah.
You think they're going to win the division over Buffalo?
I do.
New England?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that.
We'll see.
But anyway, be that as it may, go back to the Jets. At some point this year, I want to see this kid, Cade Klubnik, play, okay? I want to see him. 4th-round draft choice, all right? I want to see, before they go into next year where they got the 3 number 1 picks, I want to see what this kid is.
I watch that kid every Saturday play for Dabo Sweeney at Clemson.
Right.
I know college football as well as anybody, and he was a little inconsistent. I'm not sure it's going to be a very good NFL. I don't know.
Well, but what does that mean? Tom Brady, did anybody think Tom Brady was going to be the greatest quarterback of all time?
He had a split time with Drew Henson at Michigan.
Right, Drew Henson, exactly. Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. In Dallas, he's pretty good. I take him as my quarterback for all the heat that he takes. But whatever, I want to see this kid play, bro. I want him to get a couple games. Because one thing about him, here's what I like about Klubnik. He was a 4-year starter at Clemson. And I like the fact that this guy played 4 years there. He didn't transfer for the money somewhere else. I'm sure he was making plenty of money, NIL money at Clemson. But he didn't transfer to go somewhere else. Muji moved up 18 spots in the 4th round to get this kid. So I think this is the quarterback that he was targeting all along, to draft in the later rounds. I want to see him.
Yeah, I don't blame you. No, I don't blame you. No, I don't blame you. Giants went to Jackson Dart earlier last year, and we got a run. But I'll never forget, I was working with Jody right before you and I started together. When Tom Coughlin, 9 games in, the Giants were winning. They were 5-4. Yep. He benched Kurt Warner, went to Eli Manning. So I'm with you. Listen, I love these conversations. So does my audience. You should know, Joe. You get big ratings here. So,
well, I know, but you get the big ratings, bro. I'm just here. I just appreciate the fact that you give me an opportunity. You know how I feel about that.
Well, I do love you, but you're great on the air, too. Amazing, actually. So thank you, Joe Benigno, for another great appearance. Give my regards to your beautiful wife, Terry. We'll do it again next week, buddy. Thank you.
Okay. Same thing to Danielle. And by the way, give a kiss to the big guy when you see him Saturday. Right?
I will. You got it. I'll give him a nice wet kiss from Joe Benigno, President Trump. The great Joe Benigno right there, Saturdays on WFAN, and now a weekly contributor right here on Sid and Friends in the Morning.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?